command of the masses.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun diary political.
Mayegun don come,
This one not dey off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Mayegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun the command of the masses.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun diary political.
Mayegun don come,
This man not dey off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Aha. Now him una don hear o. All these bad politicians dem wey call themselves politicians. Wey dey thief our money, wey no want make the common man get wetin him suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Na go hear one. Mayegun, you go show una pepper. Mayegun diary political.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Sorry for the late start. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Mayegun today.
Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe rere, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun diary.
Thank you very much for joining me. Read the caption of this broadcast. Like the broadcast, which is your own offering as you join. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the session.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé o.
Mayegun ti dé.
Go and tell them mo ti dé o.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook,
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube,
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you.
Bàbá gbé wúrẹ́,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Jíjó ìgbádìyẹ,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Yes.
Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú,
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Share this broadcast. Gandollar and the rest of those who banked on Tinubu, they are beginning to feel like Tinubu is about to abandon them. Now, this time, this is Gandollar and what is going on in Kano. The moment the news spread that Tinubu and Kwakwanso, or Kwakwansop, they met in Paris. And when they met, they kind of had a deal that Gandollar was reading on social media, just like many of you, and it is beginning to down on them. Yes. Boko Haram's legacy. Boko Haram's legacy. Boko Haram's legacy. A legacy of terrorism, of poverty, of death. 63,111 Nigerians were reported to have been killed by the Boko Haram and the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria and other criminals, including the unknown gunmen, as they put them, the politically sponsored criminals and criminals in eastern Nigeria. Yes, under Boko Haram in 8 years. Brother, 63,000. And just know that that is just the official. The unofficial figure, multiply that by 2, you will be looking at over 100,000 Nigerians who are not supposed to die. People are dying, dying, everybody will die. Young, old, mid, whatever, you die. But when you are violently killed by terrorists, well, that is not equal alone lo febe, like my great-grandmother would say. Equal alone lo febe. Maybe not God say they go kill you by terrorists, go behead you. 63,000 Nigerians slaughtered under Boko Haram. Forward. And also, by the way, we are going to take a stop at their tribunal today. So this is how we're going to start. If you are just joining, right, do me one very, very amazing favor, and that is like this broadcast. You like it, just go under the video, leave the comment section, okay? Go under the video and then like it and sit back and relax, because this is how we're going to start. Today, Kolu returned back to Nigeria from France. Remember that about 2 weeks ago, the announcement made then was Kolu was going to Europe on a working visit, as well as to plan his inauguration and his administration. 3 things. Working visit to Europe means he was expected to visit some European countries officially, which doesn't really exist. Then he was expected, right, to plan his inauguration. Anyway, today he returned back to Nigeria. Finally, we got to know that he's been in France all this while, right? So while in France, a lot of your roguish criminal politicians have been visiting France, making their own deals, pleading their own cases. It was in one of those visits that the news broke that Kwakwanso, the man that came forth, according to INEC, was also in Paris visiting Kolu, of course, for politics. And few hours after that, they said, he spent 4 hours with Tinubu in Paris. And among things they discussed, it was like it was a good deal. And immediately after that meeting, NNPP, Kwakwanso's party, they said they had no money. They have no money to challenge the election in court. Therefore, that is why they are not in court. Then the rumor started filtering in. Kwakwanso and his NNPP, they are going to join Tinubu's government in what is designed as government of national unity. Now, that government of national unity is a package that politicians put together after rigging election, and in order to kind of win legitimacy a bit, they put that package together. This is the package where if you have faction in your party, or your entire party is up for it, they can take up positions, appointments. It's like an invitation to come and chop so that you can stop talking. And you know that when you are eating, you have to exercise what is called table manners. I've been at table manner. So this is the package called Government of National Unity. So Kwakwanso's party is the first one to take that offer. And immediately the news filtered into Kano. Gandollar, that you have been seeing almost every now and then with Kolu, immediately after the election, it became some selected people from that circle of that northern elite that now have close relationship with Tinubu, the likes of Gandollar, the likes of this Zamfara guy, Matawale, and few others like that. They are no longer in any way, according to them, they are no longer that close. Who are those who are closer now? The closer person to Kolu as the president-elect of Nigeria today. Don't let this shock you. There's nothing that should shock you. Nigerian politicians are now, to gain access to Kolu, majority of them are now going through the Shaguri brothers. You know their story. That's not what I want to talk about tonight. I didn't say that. It was Gandollar who said that. Yeah? Anyway, but you see the likes of Ribadu, the likes of Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, and few others like that. Those ones have the closer, they are like the block recognized so far. So if you want to meet Kolu, they can facilitate that. I mean, even for those who, people like Gandollar. So they said part of the deal was to get Kwakwanso to support Kolu so that Kolu will give Kwakwanso an appointment like a minister, right? And also, because in Kano, where Kwakwanso party won the state the state governorship election, they are, APC and NNPP, they are currently in court fighting over the same election. So Gandollar automatically sensed betrayal. Why would Tinubu meet Kwakwanso? What's their deal? What was what's going on? So he later heard that once Tinubu becomes once they sworn it in, with the new arrangements, it shows that Kwakwanso is the one that controls Kano, not Gandollar. So Tinubu would rather deal with Kwakwanso than Gandollar. That was what they said Gandollar sensed. And immediately, they said that tribunal case is already dead on arrival for Kolu to have met with Kwakwanso right there and then. Gandollar picked up his phone, and guess who he called? He called somebody called Masari, Ibrahim Masari. Do you remember this guy? Sorry, guys, on TikTok, you can't see this, but I wish you are watching on YouTube too. This is Ibrahim Masari. He is the person that you call the placeholder for Tinubu in order to meet the deadline of INEC. That was the vice president placeholder, presidential candidate placeholder or something, or vice presidential placeholder before Shitty Man was nominated. Here you get, that's him, Masari. So Gandollar, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, who picked up his phone. I don't understand Hausa. I know a lot of you don't either. But I know you will trust me when I give you the interpretation because I've actually listened and then read the interpretation of what they are discussing. Okay? But I'm going to play that for you. For everyone who understands Hausa in the comment section or this language, do us a favor. You don't need to write much, okay? Just summarize and help those who are going to be reading the comments. I'll come back and tell you what this conversation is about. Now, they are worried that Tinubu is about to abandon them. It's about to throw them out or throw them under the bus. And Tinubu has a drug dealer, like, you know what I mean? He's a deal maker. And that is how he survived in the Nigerian politics. Shady, criminal. Those who no one take deal, they go pay them. Sure you get. So Gandollar now picked up his phone and he called Masari to complain. Let's listen together. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit boring. Don't worry. I will let you I'll break it in between and explain what that is all about. Trust me, it's just 2 minutes.
Hello? Hello? My close it. Can I get you? I get a acre. Alhamdulillah, Abuja. And I got to come in. So I don't know. Yari tana ya cika da surutu. Kuma na gaya maka maganar nan ka ce mun ba gaskiya ba ne ba na ce maka ga abin da ke faruwa ga abin da ke faruwa ka ce wata magana ma an yi ta ai sai kai ta mamaki ta ya za a yi kaza ce maka to shi kenan na yi ka kyale to ai ko da ma na yi duk dai ka zo ba abin da za mu yi wata abu da kai ko ba ta ba amma a lokacin haka iya magana da shi ai you can call him talk to him to ce da shi ne ba abin da zan iya cari sai ina ganin Congress is alternative for us ai ba damuwa kai ga haka wannan ba za ta wannan kaf kai ka san ba za ta yi kawai dai tun da dai ba mu da gwamnati kuma saboda kai ai kuka da za ka zo ran alamin da ka ce bugo kuma saboda hidin ne ma muka rasa gwamnati ne da kai hakuri a dai magana kyauta ne da ka ko miki ka san ba kyauta maka ba kawai dai ka hakuri sai ka zo kamata yi in zai gan shi kamata yi mu ma ya kira mu ko ba gane ba ko symbolically hakan sai ka dai hakuri kai hakuri Allah ya kawo ka lafiya kuma shi abubuwan nan wani Allah ne shi ne wani calculation da yake yi a very wrong calculations duk wani calculation da yake ba a nan take ba ai ban nawa ba a nan take ba na gaya maka kowa zai ji tsoron hidimai kuma wannan mutumin nan ya suka da Jonathan fa aiki fa ba shi ya zo ba aikin ya nuna cewa kamar gwamnatin wasu corrupt da sauransu. Hello?
Right. So, like I said, the audio is a little bit kind of bad. So, I bet it is better I just kind of explain. Sure you get. Taiwo, Ododairo, my Australian brethren. Thank you very much, sir, for that. But let me tell you what they are talking, okay? In order not to kind of bore you so early, because we still have a long night. Trust me. So Gandollar was kind of having a chat about what happened. So that Masari was like, man, it's becoming like, are we sure that we can still really trust him? And then, Gandollar was like, maybe when you and I meet, come around, let's talk. It is not safe to talk on the phone. So when next you come around, just come around, let's talk about this whole thing. So Gandollar was complaining, thinking that Masari possibly have some information that he probably you could get from him, because it's like he's in the dark. Okay? They have been complaining that somehow, Boko Haram's time is Fulanization or Northernization. And they said that Bokwari could pick people from wherever he liked, the only people he trusts. Now, Tinubu is about to replicate that. Sure, you get. He hasn't got the power yet, so he's still kind of playing along with them. But somehow, they are beginning to sense that, hi, like I said, this guy go show us. So, like I said, this guy, is going to abandon. Can we still trust him? All the promises he made for us, the one he made for me and you. So tell me, did you hear anything? Because since after the election, I've not been able to really speak to him one-on-one. Then I just read it yesterday that, Kwakwanso met with him. Like, why would he meet with Kwakwanso and I'm not there? And they didn't tell me what was like at play. So he was now asking Damasari, like, do you know when he's coming back? And that one said, no, I have no idea. And I was like, okay, but you know something, right? Even before he comes back, you should find time and come over. Let's talk so that we can know how to present it like a resolution. So that let's talk means there are others too who are currently, I don't know, maybe not that last week of that, somehow, maybe the wind of this northernization, what have you, that drove them for 8 years. This is me. I'm not saying that is exactly. I'm saying like the moment that they are beginning to see some of those who got into power through Bokwari, and many of them now packing up, and majority of those who got into that political positions, through them, they are now currently unsure what will be their fate. And Nigeria is turn by turn Nigeria Limited. The Fulani, the North. According to this Lagos Abobaku, it is their turn. So the Northern Nigeria, they have done their own. This is their time. So I think somehow, that reality of they will no longer feel that control like they have done in 8 years. I'm not talking about Northerners generally, because nobody say Northerners benefited anything. No. I'm talking about these political jobbers, the ones that have managed to dip Nigeria into further debt. The money that Nigeria is, the people that Nigeria is indebted to right now, if they ask you, where is the money? What did they do with the money? You can't see anything. Those who took all of that through different misuse of power, abuse of power, corruption, looting, 8 years. And they got there because of, it was their time, Northern Nigeria time. Sure you get? So maybe after all the up and down, jump here and there, like all those who are shouting that Tinubu has a solution and what have you to Nigeria problems. That's not the one I want to say. Those who shouted then that Bokwari had a solution to Nigeria problem, and a year, 2 years into it, they finally realized that na bad market they bought. But the shame won't let some of them kind of come back. But that reality, that wind that says, anyway, I feel like those who are those political class, who jumped here and there, helped Tinubu to rig and falsify figures here and there. And somehow, the phone no dey ring anymore. Or if the phone ring, call no dey pick am. And if anybody pick the call, it's either Baba is sleeping or Baba is tired. I'm talking about those who be like, once they called before, once they call like this, on the second ring, now Tinubu himself will pick the call. I'm talking about from this Northern Nigeria, the people that felt like they are the ones who will make Tinubu president. Remember? So it is like there is this wind when they started seeing those who gave them cover and privilege of being from Northern Nigeria as elite to get away with a lot of things that could have ended them in jail. I'm talking about that kind of power and leverage, realizing that it's coming to an end. Is it coming to an end? Is Baba going to hand over? What is the plan for us? Pack your bag, go. Because waiting we do call this one, so they don't tell you before saying that they are turn by turn Nigeria Limited. So this group of elite from northern Nigeria, I bet these are the people that the likes of Gandollar will represent, which means they will present a resolution. Normal. Tinubu will take the resolution and say, oh, no, don't feel like that. Everybody is welcome. And from one of the things that will first cause problems, right? Number one, there are many of those who are in this Bukwari's government, that ordinarily, their own enmity will be when they tell them to leave. Because being there in the first place is because of the quota system. So the same quota system, they're going to use it in Tinubu's time now. The bigotry, the impunity that they enjoy for that 8 years. So to them, they are going to feel shortchanged. They are going to say they contributed a lot. But Alaye, I beg, come out. Another person won't come shop too. Since now shop by shop, Nigeria Limited. Do you get that? So those ones, they will be the first casualties. The second casualties will be the likes of Gandollars and co. Because you know something. Don't let anybody deceive you. 8 years of Bokwari, as much as he didn't serve southern Nigeria, he never served northern Nigeria. Here you get. It never served anybody in northern Nigeria other than the elite themselves. And whenever they want to to kind of massage their egos, to pretend that they are doing something, they will be building bridges, they will be constructing roads to nowhere. But guess what? You will be seeing the real human capital development, investment in education, investment in healthcare, investment in things that really add value to human lives. I'm talking about things that are, no. So then, when you now check the date, when you check the statistics, it says that 92% people in Zamfara are poor. 92% of a state poor, and the same state has billions, hundreds of billions expended in 24 years of in 8 years of Bokwari. There should have been northern Nigeria time. Is their time. Sure you get. So it is never in their interest, same way it is not in the interest of the southern, it's not in the interest of any Nigerian except themselves. So where the wahala will start is this issue of, you don't use us, you don't dump us. Use and dump. That is within them. Because with Kolu, to find legitimacy, ministerial appointment will become banjo. You know what is banjo? Bazaar. Apapa and Arabambi, they have said it. If Kolu invites them to his government, they will join on behalf of Labour Party. Have you heard that before? Of course, they said it. Government of national unity is like, come, dinner is served. Everybody come, breakfast is served. You will be watching them because those are those who can cause problems, and they will try and buy as many as possible. While they are doing that, you see those who have been around Kolu all this while, just like those who were running up and down, shouting change in 2015, and they started watching all these northerners. They started taking all the chicken laughs, full chicken. In front of them, they couldn't say anything. I mean, we all witnessed it for 8 years. Nigeria didn't go anywhere. Nigeria got more destroyed in 8 years. But where are those southerners who are part of APC? What happened to them in 8 years of Upokwari? They are watching all those ones there, stealing billions. This one has taken $200 million. They are reading everything in the papers. Now they are waiting for their turn, their time. So the fight is going to be between them to start with. Which means they will start crying here and there. Maybe Tinubu has abandoned them. The word abandon and trust, they are beginning to throw them around now. Can we still trust him? This is not like the northern Nigeria can still trust him. That is where he's still going to. I just want you to pay attention. Now, them. Anyway, back to when Kolu returned today. I think that's where we should have started. He returned today, and Gandollar among others, were part of those who welcomed him back. But you know one thing they did this time around? They ensured that they did not make the mistake they made the last time. So they ensured that he had a long sleeve dress that covers his entire body to his wrist, so that you won't begin to zoom your camera, zoom this, begin to look for something, anything attached. Of course, I don't know what people have already, but for now, it looks like na vacation he went. It's still very much like bulky. You know, the last time he came back, we were like, why is he pregnant? But this time around, the other part of the body have kind of, swollen back. It's like it's rhymed. But like they say here in the UK, the light is on, but nobody at home. There's nobody at home. Sure, you get once in a while. Always, the light is always on, but there is nobody at home. The light is on, nobody at home. Sure, you get. But you can see that. But physically, it's actually looking better. Like, see. Returning from meeting the investors. Yeah, that's called. I know, maybe not, but you know what I mean? Like, I looked kind of well. Oh, he's an old man. So, and there are some certain things that I want you to know. The majority of what will come to, that are in public about Tinubu today, apart from those ones that are like done by investigative journalists, whether it is his video, his audio, his picture, or anything at all around him that you see in public, they are released by those who are closer to him. Something like this, when they were playing to it, when they are playing it for him on TV, is one of his returns from Paris, and see his reaction. Do you get that? So that's how it goes. People around him make those clips and they release them. But most of the times, right, when they make those videos, like 30 seconds, 20 seconds, or 1 minute, yeah, they kind of leave some clues for us. You know, when you pay attention to his reaction, his look, his talk, and all of that, and what he's even saying and all that, or what he's doing, those are the things that are by error became public, that got people more curious to want to ask more. What is wrong with him? Why is he like that? Well, you know what I mean? So I just thought I should clear that for you, and we're going to see more of that. Yeah, we're going to see more of that. So back in Nigeria, where the tribunal is sitting. Now, there is one thing I have noticed about their tribunal case. I don't know if I have forgotten how they used to do it Or maybe because a lot of us we are so interested in what is happening inside that place, because a lot of us have been interested for a year or two now when this whole journey started, like until it got to this stage. I don't know. But there's something I feel like they are like kind of doing everything to get the case done as soon as possible. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, Sha. Sure, you get? Because APC, Egbekegbe want to delay. They always ask for adjournment. Yeah? But then the tribunal will kind of reverse it back and reduce the adjournment or kind of get things done that same day. So it begins to give you the vibe of maybe maybe they could do something, give a judgment or something by the tribunal by or before the 29th of May. Though it's so close right now, so don't expect anything from them, because today the whole cross-examination, cross-firing between all the parties continued. At first, it was Atifku, the PDP. They called their case. Okay. Now, before we go fully into, or should I say, before I give you the summary of what really happened inside that court today, it won't take much. Mark first take you there, show you outside the court, show you the inside of the court, and also let you listen to the new announcements. You know, a lot of people are currently hoping that because of the interest and the attention that this their 2023 charade has sort of attracted, it will be in the interest of the public for the tribunal, the court, to allow cameras inside, live streaming of the event, and they can control how the coverage is done. They can even give that coverage to officially, you know what I mean, like anything anyhow, for the sake of public interest. So they made an announcement that they won't allow mobile phones in the court anymore from Monday. You kind of, you are not allowed to take your phones in anymore. So if the tribunal says you are not allowed to bring your phones into the court anymore, do you know what that simply means? The tribunal is going to tell you, we can't live stream. Well, Tinubu and INEC already said the courtroom is not a theater. It's not a cinema. It's not an entertainment studio. There are media present already. The media will report back. There is no point in putting on camera and streaming their lordship, their lordship to the rest of the world. Now, the tribunal is going to rule on that on Monday. But what happened today? Let's go to that court. First, give credit to Symphony again for this pile-up at first. It's about 4-5 minutes a clip. It takes you straight in. Or should I? Okay, yeah, it takes you. Let's start with this.
There's nothing happening here.
How are you?
Anyway, so I'm going to try and take you inside the same court. Okay. Like I said, they're just like a short clips that, you know, take a look at this. I think this is Peter Obi coming in, right? Here.
To take directions from us. It's okay.
Also, where the announcement was being made, no phones will be allowed in the courtroom anymore.
To take directions from us. It's okay, but let me apologize for what has happened today. And going forward, please, it's a directive from the Pope which you must comply with. Phones and other gadgets will not be allowed effective from Monday. So we have made adequate provisions for you, for your phones to be safe. So as you are coming in, please kindly do well to drop your phones. Thank you. Once again, we are sorry for what happened. It was not
because they locked them outside, and then they wrote it outside that if you have your phones, you can't go in. That was today. And they were like, no, why is that? Then eventually they allowed everybody to come in and they said, order from above, which means the judges. And listen, in fairness, they say one of the reasons why they don't want phones in the courtroom is because the pictures, images of the judges are now trending on social media. Yeah, there are people are now looking up at the background of each judge. I mean, each judge, and all of these are on social media. So, because of this, they don't want people to bring in phones in anymore from Monday. So, which everybody believes that is an indirect way to tell you there will be no live streaming. Or maybe there will be a breaking news that they will say, hey, the tribunal approved live streaming. I say, oh, that's surprising. But with this move, it is clearly that the same tribunal, now ruled that, now decided that on Monday, it's going to rule on whether there is going to be a live streaming of the tribunal case. But for what happened today inside the courtroom, there were no kind of disruption, not from a papa, not from anybody. Everything went on the way it should, except for when the parties couldn't agree. They said it's part of the rules that all parties must agree on something before they can be admitted. And if they can't agree, then the tribunal will have to rule on those. For example, Atiku and PDP, they said they are going to call 100 witnesses that will take a stand. Yeah, that will take stands, one after the other, right? To prove that Tinubu didn't win. As well as other evidences that they're going to present, digital, electronic, and all of that. So, for them to do all of this, they are going to need more than 10 weeks to cover to present all of their case, the entire case and their witnesses. So that was where the first argument started. INEC said they are presenting just 2 witnesses to counter everything that PDP said they have. And also, in their prayer, they are asking the court to dismiss the entire petition for lack of merit or something like that. That is the entire Atifku's petition. Dismiss everything. So they are asking that the only way they will agree with PDP on the issue of witnesses that everybody should call is that they are presenting 2 witnesses. And Atifku should present 2 witnesses too, not 100. So that took a while. Since they won't kind of agree, okay. Meanwhile, in that same tribunal, when Atifku said he was going to present 100 witnesses, Tinubu and APC, they are presenting about 90 witnesses. Tinubu has about 50 something, while APC, in that same tribunal, right, APC would present at least 33 witnesses. So, but INEC will present 2. Anyway, the tribunal had to like say, okay, we'll adjourn this till Monday and we'll rule on that. That's part of other things that also build up. I'm giving you the summary. I don't want to go into my Lord section, this segment. I have the whole copy here, but it's a long read of bullshit, BS. Then it got to that of Obi. Meanwhile, for those who are asking for Atifku, this was Atifku earlier at the same court when he attended his own case. I think this was yesterday. Just check.
The president, the true president of Nigeria, president-elect of Nigeria, the hero of democracy, the hero of democracy, the hero of democracy.
You're supposed to be on the side of
You hear the hype woman. That one a hype woman, not hype man. The mirror of democracy. Nigeria president-elect. Your Excellency. Igodo of Nigeria. The Igodo of all that stuff anyway. That was Atifku yesterday. But inside the court, I feel like somebody said they shout, Okute, Okute, Okute. Anyway, all in the tribunal. So when it came to the turn of you, the LUP, if nobody says some people are so stingy, somebody will make a popular sound that make you just leave them for everybody because like LUP 71, LUP 72, OB 73, I mean 30, 74, OB one name 75, OB, all that stuff. They just go copyrighted the whole thing, make mix of the whole thing, and now we no feel use them, sing them. We have to do our own. So when it got to the turn of the obedient, when it got to the turn of OB, they didn't have any disruption. It was pretty much about argument of what they have as their own evidence. So according to them, they plan to present 50 witnesses. And these 50 witnesses, it will take them at least 7 weeks at the time allocation of 30 minutes each to each witness. So that's their prayer at the tribunal. We need 7 weeks, uninterrupted 7 weeks. No going back, no like, too much adjournment or like, you know what I mean? Like 7 straight weeks, we'll present our case and wait for your ruling. INEC came out and said, Abba, no, we did not discuss this one like that. So the argument started as well. And it was pretty much like, okay, we'll make a ruling on this as well on Monday. So on Monday, they will make ruling on whether to dismiss some of the prayers of Obi and Atifku or admit their prayer for their witnesses and grant them the time they need, and then the whole case will start. By that time, they would have sworn Tinubu in. They would have done that. I be 7 weeks. They go swear for Tinubu in 9 days. No be 9 days, they go swear for him. So 7 weeks, 10 weeks. Add them together, 17 weeks. 16 or 4 months. So that's about 5 months. I mean, 5 months from now for tribunal alone. That's the anyway. Those are the prayers today. But you see, outside, be like say, the obedient are beginning to gather back, Nigerians. So, and the way they are now kind of seeing that tribunal, they believe that that is the last stop. If justice no fit come from judiciary, or maybe like say street go flex a bit, all of you Lagos Abobakus, instead of looking for uncompleted buildings in Abuja to scot in, you better ask them to put you in a better accommodation because you may not be using them for long. Because if like everybody will end up on the streets. Last. You know why? Tribunal never give judgment or anything. The fact that so many people are currently angling up to disrupt the obese case, and they can smell it. They are not stupid. But they're not the camp outside the you get what we see that they do prayer. I'm gonna go look for that one. I'll show you. They have to begin to do prayer outside. What do you call it? Outside the tribunal today. Hang on, I think I found it here. So if they have houses, now instead of you to go everywhere, they do scouting inside uncompleted building for Abuja, call your people and tell them they have to do something because this whole thing will not last long ago. So that you won't end up being like all these guys. Look at all these faces. I know what I'm talking about.
Today, I want to declare without equivocation. Today, I want.
Sure you get. There are many in Abuja now. Those are the winds I'm talking about. Those ones who have enjoyed the soft life of Bokwari when the rest of Nigeria were in anguish, poverty, and terrorized. And they are claiming that nothing of such were happening. Because they are enjoying that because they are northerners or they are Muslims under Bokwari. Now, the wind that is blowing in Abuja, now the wind of equivocation, the wind of a Lagos Agbero, Lagos Abobakus. Some of them, Lagos Abobakus abroad. They are returning, Nobody say they get anything, but the mentality of now our turn. Some of them who have already kind of like, you know what I mean, losers all over there. They are returning to Nigeria. Now Abuja they come to open shop. Now their turn. Maybe now the wind, those wind they blow in Abuja. At the end of the day, a lot of you northerners that have been keeping quiet, thinking that maybe one day yourself go chop. Now, Bokwari's whole nonsense is about to wrap up. The whole power gra. It's going to very soon. It's going to be like Bokwari was never president of Nigeria. Seriously, like you will probably feel like you can't even remember. No, you will remember the horror. But you see these ones, within 3 months, you go see now. Majority of you are going to end up like those people kneeling down outside the tribunal. You are going to end up and pretend because you're going to need something to cling on to. So outside the tribunal, prayer point, singing and dancing, everybody is shot there, they para. They are not inside, but they kept reminding people, say, our man did, you stole. See, listen, this is not the song.
All the way from USA. Wanna clap for that man, I beg. It's not easy. Clap for him. May the Lord bless him for everything he has been doing for us in Abuja, in Nigeria, in Jesus' name. Water no go dry for him grave. Even when he died, water will be pumped for him grave. And we also want to appreciate Nigeria. Take Back Nigeria Group. A round of applause for them, please, in Jesus' name. And we also thank Make our vote count. Nigeria in Jesus' name. No, not the same. You said what? Don't worry. When we give you the microphone, you introduce yourself and you speak to Buhari, you speak to the government, you speak to everyone.
These are obedient people. Every
our vote must count to. Omo ejigbadiye otoshi. You don't steal the poor people's chicken. Peace of mind, no good day. Shey you understand? Protest today, protest tomorrow. Police will begin to shoot and it will begin to escalate. Abi no be so. There will be no. They know they go anywhere, oh baba. And there are many of you from northern Nigeria that are going to join them today. You think say you be part of the team. You go know the difference between Fulanization, Northernization, and Yorubanization. Shebi stealing money by any other people except your jihadist Islamic criminal leaders is Sharia, is haram. No, it's not. It's not even haram. I don't think. If drug dealing is not haram to these people that will cut off your head because you insulted Muhammad, but they are boldly saying they will kill you if you don't vote for a drug dealer. You don't understand the conflict of interest with that. You will now understand that the one that you always kind of hang on. No, I have never don't take light, Abby. Give me a sec. They will understand what Yorubanization means, especially what those who have experienced the Tinubu's annihilation, political annihilation of whoever it felt like it could use and discard. You go feel them. Sure, you get 8 years of Bokwari made northern Nigeria poorer, the northern people poorer, just like the rest of Nigeria. And in the list of Nigerians that died, 63,111 Nigerians killed by terrorists. The chunk of this number, I'm talking about 80% of this number is from northern Nigeria. Can you even believe that? And the Bokwari is the one in government. You want to witness what's been kind of ignored to your own. Go and deal with yourself. Really look like you are about to see that. Because it is turn by turn Nigeria Limited. I mean, what kind of promise do you think Kolu made to you? Any promise he gave you that is going to be more valid than the one that Bokwari gave you that he couldn't deliver. Sure you get. Anyway, let's go to the same people who are still out there demanding they must not swear me in. And I say, wala mbo. The wala they buy tickets or probably is just waiting for boarding. Let's watch this.
These are obedient people. Everybody here is fast. Can see the crowd. Gentlemen, we are out. We mean business today. And you can see the other side. Now the little people when they pay 500 when they come, now they gather there. See them there, Almajiri children. God bless you guys. Obedient all the way. This are
so as the tribunal gets interesting, you can expect gatherings to become swelling, and then you begin to see more policemen brutalizing people because they are there. You begin to see them threaten Nigerians to not come out. I mean, it's going to be chaotic. Not because I want it to, but it's going to be. Sunday we go better. Now Saturday you go to kind of smell them or share you get. Now these ones are making their own statement just a few days ago. I thought I should had it. It's still pretty much on the court.
In Abuja, we've been here for the last 41 days, standing, demonstrating friendly and peace, and holding to account government agencies and institutions and individuals who are bent on making sure that we do not enjoy our democratic dividends. We have been, as a matter of fact, protesting and holding to account with demands that says that the chairman of INEC must be sacked, prosecuted, and jailed in Nigeria because of the flagrant flaunting of the rules and regulations and laws, especially the electoral law of 2022, that ensures a transition, a procedure of which and how this election of the 25th of February should be carried out. And in regards to that, we are asking that either an outright cancellation or a return of our mandate which specifies the results that is in the IREV as stipulated in the guidelines of the 2022 electoral rules and regulation and the law that was signed into law, the bill that was signed by President Muhammadu Buhari. We're also asking because we have seen a violation of our people across board. We are completely apolitical.
Sorry, bro. Those distractive sounds will make it kind of distractive, right? Anyway, you're there. And it's pretty much the same message. Oh, more, our this, our that. Thank you. Our this, our that. If you don't give us this, we are going to shut down Nigeria. And the likes of Festus Otobokeyamo for Food Kayode, they are everywhere, sending threat after threat, one after the other. Almost 9 days to go. Drama is ahead. But no matter how much drama you think you've probably seen, Cornelius Okolie, you see this man on your screen? That is the new Labour Party chairman, court contestant. They say his name is Cornelius Okolie or something. Mr. Cornelius. They say Mr. Cornelius is Labour Party former, they say ex-Labour Party vice chairman. Now, this ex-Labour Party vice chairman is now asking court to sack Abure and sack Pampas, and declare him the chairman. Baba, what be this again, by? Be this one again. Mr. Cornelius, from where to where again? Tell us your story. My story is that Apapa and Abure, they are illegal. And Supreme Court is going to have to resolve it for us. Kilo deba itori Olorun, and it's very easy. Pure and simple. That is going to be another top story you're going to be hearing soon too. And I want to tell you this. That fake court judgment yesterday, as much as the judge denied, well, they said they are going to go back to court and challenge it. Apapa and Co, they are hell-bent, strong-willed, determined, right, to do as much and wreck as much damage, wreckage that they can wreck until, just maybe until, right, there will be no court case, or there will be no case to even stand for in court anymore. But here is what the guy who has been under the whole thing, Abure himself, here is what he had to say when the suspension on his executive